Anna Kerr. Anna first approached Stand Up to Racism North East when she became aware of the plans by the North East Frontline Patriots to hold a Ban the Burger event in Newcastle. She single-handedly initiated a counter-demonstration which was supported by Newcastle Unites and Stand Up to Racism North East. Please welcome Anna.
Thank you so much. I'd just like to give a special mention to Raj, who gave an incredible speech there that raised awareness to so many issues that we're all currently facing. And I feel like it's so important. Could we please just give another hand, please? Anyway, thank you for introductions. My name is Anna Kerr and I'm a student here at Newcastle University. It is a pleasure and a privilege to be speaking here today on behalf of Stand Up to Racism North East and on behalf of the overwhelming majority of Newcastle University students who are united by a mutual desire to create a more peaceful society. So thank you all for being here today to support that. And what better month to be talking about anti-racism than during the Black History Month. Perfect timing for such an important message that we're here to share today. I'm still fairly new to the practice of public speaking, as you may be able to tell, but I sort of got thrown in the deep end when I delivered a speech at Newcastle Monument on September 29th at Stand Up to Racism and Newcastle Unites event in support of religious freedom and against Islamophobia. And I mentioned in my last speech, the message we're all here to promote today is far more important than my fear of public speaking. I feel proud and I feel empowered to be surrounded by like-minded individuals who selflessly volunteer their time to fight against the injustice which plagues our society. The aim of today's meeting is not only to raise awareness of how to stop the growth of racism and fascism, it is also to raise awareness as to how we collectively can be a part of that process. I'd like to thank everyone here again for using their free time so vigilantly to help create a more peaceful, inclusive and diverse society. The normalisation of racist, xenophobic and fascist groups and attitudes is on the rise both here in the UK and across the world, as Raj has made us all aware. By remaining silent and not speaking against these people, their hate-fueled actions and attitudes are essentially condoned rather than condemned. And that is why we're here today, to condemn their lack of morality, to challenge their ignorance, but most importantly to stand with the people who their toxic attitudes target the most. Racism is not a natural human behaviour, it is one that is learned. Hate is not the default human emotion, it's one that's indoctrinated into people when they're frightened of what they don't understand or of what they disagree with. You cannot fight hate with hate. Instead, it must be fought with solidarity amongst individuals who wish to stop it. The far right seek to eradicate the most invaluable gift which we as humans possess, freedom. Freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom to be who we want to be without being targeted for it. We aim to create a society in which all members can feel safe and valued, regardless of their gender, ethnicity or religion. As much as Theresa May and the Conservatives talk of creating a more equal society with fair opportunities for all, their actions paint an extremely different picture. As Rajan mentioned, think of the Windrush generation. Hundreds of thousands of hard-working people who worked tirelessly here in the UK were threatened with deportation due to a lack of paperwork. Absolutely despicable. To think that among that generation was Sam Beaver King, who became one of the first black mayors of London for Labour in 1983. Boris Johnson's blatantly Islamophobic comments when he compared the burqa and niqab to a postbox is a prime example of how this government simply has no interest in ending fascism and racism. Therefore, it's time for us to take a stand. The Conservatives are complacent in the dehumanisation of immigrants, not just here in the UK, but all across the world. By not condemning the Israeli government's actions against Palestine and continually supplying the Saudi Arabian regime with weapons which it uses against its own people, this government is clearly displaying a blatant lack of morality. What's important is what we're doing here today to stop this government from continuing the enforcement of its abhorrent domestic and foreign policies. So what can we do here today to aid this cause? We can, of course, attend these meetings and demonstrations. We can campaign with organisations such as Stand Up to Racism, which I encourage everyone to go and get involved with, because it's you guys who make the difference. It's all of us here that make the difference. Stand Up to Racism hosts an array of events to raise awareness on these issues. We can call people out when they use racist language, which has somehow become so normalised, particularly on social media and in everyday conversations. If you hear people using this language, no matter whether they're your family or your friends, call them out for it. Otherwise it becomes normalised and we do not contribute to the difference that we're trying to. We can donate either our time or our money to charities, but make sure you check them on charitywork.org so you know if their money is actually being used effectively. We can put pressure towards the government to change its ways as well as aiding those in society, so we can aid those in society who are being affected. Talk to your friends, talk to your family about how they can get involved too. use social media to politely and peacefully promote your message. It's time for ordinary people to do extraordinary things. For too long we've been ignored. It's time that racism and fascism are totally eradicated. And as Martin Luther King said himself, hearts and minds can be changed with peaceful protest. An important event I would like to mention now is Stand Up to Racism's national demonstration on the 17th of November in central London, which is marching against racism and fascism. Finally, I would like to thank everyone here for using their time so selflessly once again to help fight fascism and racism in all its hideous forms. Together, our voices will drown out those of the racists and the fascists, and we can create a better and safer world for everyone, regardless of ethnicity, gender, or religion. Thank you so much, everyone.